Every night, as you fall into deep sleep, your brain opens the door to another world. In that world, you can fly above clouds, meet people you lost years ago, confront your deepest fears, or live through scenes so bizarre they obey no logic at all. Dreams arrive vivid, emotional, and intensely real. And then morning comes. You open your eyes, and within seconds, almost everything is gone. Sometimes a few fragments remain. Sometimes nothing at all. Most people assume the answer is simple. A dream is just a dream. It was never real. But the truth is stranger than that. Your brain doesn't just create dreams. In fact, it builds an entire universe, complete with images, sensations, and emotions powerful enough to make you laugh, cry, or wake up shaken. Those memories existed clearly for a moment, yet something in the brain seems to actively erase them. Sigmund Freud once called dreams the royal road to the unconscious. Modern science, however, has uncovered biological reasons why they vanish so quickly. We now know that human beings dream almost every night. Most dreams unfold during rapid eye movement sleep, the stage when the eyes dart beneath closed lids and the brain becomes almost as active as it is when awake. In 1953, Eugene Aserinsky and Nathaniel Kleitman identified this REM cycle and opened an entirely new field of research. But that discovery only deepened the mystery. Why do such vivid experiences disappear almost as soon as we wake? Part of the answer lies in brain chemistry. During REM sleep, levels of norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter essential for forming and stabilizing memories, drop to almost nothing. Without it, the brain struggles to convert dream experiences into long-term memories that can be retrieved later. At the same time, acetylcholine surges, helping generate intense imagery and emotional depth. In other words, your brain can fully live inside the dream, but it is missing one of the main tools needed to save it. Then comes waking. The brain has to switch abruptly from sleep mode to waking consciousness. The hippocampus, one of the core systems involved in memory formation, has to come back online. If you do not wake during REM or immediately afterward, the dream is likely to dissolve as the brain moves into another stage of sleep and the traces are lost. Researchers such as Harvard's Deirdre Barrett have pointed out that people tend to remember dreams only when they wake directly from REM. That is why someone can dream all night and still wake with no memory of it at all. But that is only the beginning. In 2019, a major study published in Science by Thomas Kilduff and colleagues in Japan and the United States changed the way scientists think about dream loss. They identified a group of neurons deep in the hypothalamus that produce melanin concentrating hormone, or MCH. These neurons are most active during REM sleep, and they do not simply participate in dreaming. They appear to help erase new information, especially information the brain judges to be unimportant. When researchers artificially activated MCH neurons in mice, the animals forgot newly formed memories more quickly. When those neurons were suppressed, memory retention improved. The conclusion was striking. Your brain is not too weak to keep dreams. It is busy performing a necessary function, clearing out mental clutter, balancing emotion, and removing information it does not need. Dreams may help process the emotional residue of the day, but the brain does not want you carrying the entire dream world into waking life. Matthew Walker, author of Why We Sleep, offers an even deeper possibility. Perhaps we do not truly forget dreams at all. Maybe they simply become inaccessible. You may have felt it before, that strange sensation that you just dreamed something important, but the harder you try to remember it, the farther it slips away. That may be because the memory still exists somewhere, but the waking brain has already reorganized itself so completely that the route back is gone. The dream remains, but the address has vanished. There is another reason dreams are so difficult to keep. Most dreams do not have the structure the brain prefers for long-term memory. They are fragmented, unstable, and often chaotic. Time bends, identity shifts, cause and effect break apart. You are not always a stable main character moving through a clear story. Unlike waking memories, which are anchored by language, repetition, and narrative order, dreams are more like rivers of sensation with no container to hold them. Without that structure, they dissolve with astonishing speed. And all of this leads to a remarkable conclusion. Forgetting dreams is not a flaw. It is part of the brain's design. Dreaming may help consolidate emotional memory, stimulate creativity, solve problems, and even soften psychological pain, an idea sometimes described as sleep to remember and sleep to forget. But the brain is selective. It removes what is unnecessary so you can return to waking life with focus, logic, and the ability to act. And perhaps the strangest part is this. Every night you live a second life, a life full of tension, beauty, fear, absurdity, and invention. Your brain spends enormous energy creating it. But in order for you to become yourself again by morning, the person who thinks clearly, remembers what matters, and faces the real world, that second life must be allowed to fade. Much like the infant brain must destroy some early neural patterns in order to become something more complex, the adult brain may need to let go of dreams in order to maintain balance. Not everyone forgets them completely. Some people remember dreams more often because they are more open to inner experience, because they keep dream journals, or because they wake gently and directly from REM sleep. Stronger activity in the temporoparietal junction may also help certain people retain dream imagery more vividly. But whether you remember them or not, dreams are still doing their work in silence. They help you release what you do not need, preserve what matters, and prepare you for a healthier tomorrow. So the next time you wake and remember almost nothing, do not assume your brain is lazy or broken. It is doing something far more important than saving every dream. It's transforming the chaos of the night into the clarity you need for the day ahead. It is helping you forget so that you can live more clearly, more fully, and more awake in the real world. And in the end, perhaps dreams remind us of something extraordinary about being human. Each night, your brain does not simply rest. It creates, it heals, it rebuilds. And forgetting most of those hidden stories may be the price your mind pays to become the best version of itself each morning.